So in about 45 minutes, I'll probably be live about 20 minutes from now, but in about 45 minutes, Caitlin Clark is facing the Dallas Wings. I will be doing a full game preview right now, and obviously if you guys are watching this during the game, I will be live for a, not necessarily play-by-play, but a watch party, and I will also be doing a breakdown after the game if you want to come then. And subscribe. We're trying to hit 30.5k. If you guys could, that'd be greatly appreciated. But this one is going to be tough. Like, this game is going to be real tough because the Wings are in form. And you might be saying the Wings, like, they've lost Odyssey Sims. They're not as good. But no, the Wings are just after coming off a 90. They put up 94 in the links. Do you know how hard it is to put up 94 in the links? This is a team that is the best offensive team in the W that plays no defense. Like, the Wings, this is going to be one of the best games of the year. The Wings don't play defense. Like, if you want to look at the Wings, they are a team that they are gunning, by the way, for the 8th playoff spot. And you might be saying, why are they trying to get out of the lottery? Because if they get the 8th playoff spot, they make the playoffs anyway, and they whatever pick Chicago gets. So they can go for 8. And that's why Washington are starting to go for 8 too. Why Washington and Dallas are both pushing is because both of these teams now are in positions where if they get the 8th seed, it doesn't really matter because Dallas own Atlanta's pick. Sorry, Washington own Atlanta's pick, and Dallas own, well, they have a pick swap with Chicago. So both of these teams can afford to not be in the lottery. If you are Washington, you can start winning games because, well, when you want to win games, you don't have to go into the tankathon because you're not going to get the best chance at the number 1 pick. And then as long as you don't make the playoffs, you have the second chance. In Chicago Sky, there are literally, see the 3 teams ahead of you. If 2 of these 3 teams make the playoffs, which is likelihood is one of these 2 teams are going to make it, then you don't get that, likelihood is, yeah, one of them make it. So you might as well go for it. Unless Atlanta makes it, you're not at an advantage. But for the Dallas Wings, if you want to look at how this team's been playing, they're on a 3-game win streak. This is a team that was the 5th seed last year. They won 25 games last year. This is not a bad team. They're really not. And since the break, look at their last 3 games. They put up 94, 93, and 113 points in these wins. They were down 20 going into the 4th in this game. They put up 40 in a quarter. Before that, in fairness, 71, 74, 2 losses to the Liberty. They lost to the Sun, and they lost 3 games. But they're on a 3-game winning streak and averaging over 100 points a game. That is crazy. But they're also conceding. They conceded an average of 102 of these games. They scored an average of, 103? All right, in saying that? They conceded exactly 100. 206, 103. And then they put up 94. So I think it's an average of exactly 100 through these 3 games. So they are a scoring team. And not only that, if you want to look at this team as far as scoring is concerned, you've got Satou. Look at the amount of shots they put up, by the way. Arike is shooting. She's somehow still shooting these shots. Arike has put up 25, 70, and 21. And she's put up 20 shots in 2 of her last 3 games. She hasn't shot. She actually shot 50% one game this season. She has only shot, as far as I'm aware, 50% from the field once in the entire season for Arike. She is a generational shot chucker, but when Arike is on, she is a generational shot maker. Maddie Siegrist, who was averaging 15 points per game, is now down to 11. Like, she has almost lost her spot in the rotation post-injury. JC Sheldon doesn't really do anything wrong. Like, Uzun is back playing big minutes at the 1. She was almost out of the rotation, and she's gone back in. But the big difference with this team is Satou. Satou putting up 19.8, 6.7, and 5 assists per game. She is the unicorn who she does everything. She does absolutely everything. Like, if you were looking purely at stats, you would be like, she's been better since she's come back than a Caitlin Clark. There is a caveat that this team just gets shots up, but Satou can shoot the lights out. When Satou can, she's hoping she'll shoot the lights out. The only positive, if you are Indiana, is that you match up okay. You match up okay to this team. Like, I really like Natasha Howard. She put up 30, I think it was against the Mystic or against the Sparks. But the thing with Natasha Howard is that she is just an all-around decent player, not that much of a three-point threat, and she's gonna probably give you 15 plus. By the way, she's a free agent. She is like one of NECA, try to go for one of NECA, Satou, or Howard, because Well, Dallas are going to probably core Satou, so she's probably going nowhere. Either way, you've got Natasha Howard, who is a really solid player, and then Satou. But they don't have... Actually, you know what? They have more depth than people give credit for. Like, Maddie Siegrist was averaging 15 points a game. She is a more than capable bench player for this team. Brown is 6'7". She's a 6'7" size. They've got 2 6'7" centers who are very, very good players. And they're just going to score. Like, that's the thing. We saw with the Fever game how many points Indiana scored against them and lost. Like, Indiana were very, very much scoring the ball. For Indy to win this game, like for the Fever to win, you're looking at them probably having to put up... I think Indy are going to have to put up 80 points. Sorry, 90 points. I think they're still going to put up 90. They scored the last matchup against these teams. Oh, wow. Indiana beat Dallas last year? What happened to the whole they hadn't beaten a team over 500? But you can see even last year, Dallas put up 110 points on them. And this is a bad Indiana Fever team. But, like, you're seeing in... Wait, how did Indiana get a win for a loss? Oh, sorry, that must have been after the game. But Indiana, when they were playing okay, 93 points in a loss. Because this team can just go off. Odyssey Sims at 24, Arike at 24 on 21 shots. JC Sheldon hits big shots. Natasha Howard at 17. McCowan at 10. But for Indiana, it's going to be a huge one on their big three. I think Alyssa Smith's going to be fine. But it's a big one on their big three. Because I think Lexi Hull can do a good job on Satou. I think Kelsey Mitchell, with the way she's been playing defense, can do a good job on Arike. Look, Arike's going to shoot the ball. Arike's either going to score or miss. That's the thing with Arike. It's not really about the defense that's put on her. She's just going to score or miss. So I think you're probably going to have to rotate on her between Kelsey Mitchell and Lexi Hull at times, because Lexi Hull might make things a little more difficult, but the ball either goes in or it doesn't with Arike. But I don't think they've got any answer for Caitlin Clark or Aaliyah Boston. Like, Caitlin Clark set the assist record of 19 against them last time. I can see Caitlin Clark having 30 and 15. I think Kelsey Mitchell could have 30. Like, it's not out of the realm possibility that Indiana put up 115 points. Like, that is... The Sparks put up 113 or 110 regulation. This is not out of the realm possibility that Indiana score 115 points today. Both of these teams are going to have over 90. It's just a case of Dallas's strategy to win right now is we're going to score 95. You need to outscore us. But we will give you every opportunity to outscore us. And that is the only positive for the Fever, is that I don't know if there's a team that will outscore the Fever. Like, with how many shots Dallas shoot, how quick they play, how many shots they get up as quickly as they do, I'm not sure Dallas is going to beat the Fever like this. But if they do, fair play to them. It will be incredibly, incredibly impressive. If that's the video, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.